Once upon a time, in a bright green forest filled with tall trees and sparkling streams, all the animals lived happily together. There was Leo the lion, the kind and friendly king of the forest. He was loved by all the animals, but most of all, he was loved by his beautiful wife, Lee the lioness. Now, Leo and Lee were blessed with a son and a daughter. They had just celebrated their first birthday, and Leo wanted to give them a special gift. He decided to take them on a tour of the kingdom, so they could meet all the animals. So Leo put his little cubs in a baby carrier made of vines, strapped it onto his back, and off they went. Along their journey, Leo had to cross a tall, sturdy bridge over a wide and deep river. Suddenly, the bridge started shaking. A big male elephant was crossing the bridge. The baby cubs got scared and started crying. To calm them down, Leo took off his golden crown and dipped it into the river. As soon as the crown touched the water, it sank and disappeared. Leo was shocked. He quickly took off the baby carrier and jumped into the river. But the current was too strong, and he had to go back to the shore without his crown. Now, Leo felt not only wet and cold, but also weak and sad. Without his crown, he felt like he wasn't really the king. All the animals gathered around Leo, and none of them had seen the last of the brave Lion King. Just then, Felix the fox came trotting. He was a small fox, but very clever. "Your Highness, what happened?" he asked. "I lost my crown," said Leo, sadly. "Don't worry, Your Majesty. I'll help you find it," said Felix. And with that, he disappeared into the bushes. Instead of running around like a headless chicken, Felix sat under a tree and thought, "If I were a thief, where would I hide the crown?" He looked around and saw some shiny feathers lying on the ground. So he started following them. The feathers led him to a tall tree, and there, sitting on a branch, was Rico the crow, holding the crown in his beak. Now, Rico wasn't just any crow. He was the leader of the mischief makers, and he wanted to be king instead of Leo. That's why he had stolen the crown. When Rico saw Felix coming, he tried to fly away, but Felix was too quick. "Stop right there, Rico," he said. "Give me back the crown, and no one will get hurt." But Rico was too scared. He knew that if Felix gave him to Leo, he would be in big trouble. So he shook his head and cawed loudly. Felix knew that he couldn't fight Rico, because if he did, the crown might fall and get damaged or lost forever. So he had to use his brains. Just then, Felix noticed a little girl sitting nearby. She was having a picnic lunch, and part of her lunch was a big block of cheese. Felix had an idea. He held up the cheese and said, "Rico, how would you like this delicious cheese?" Rico's stomach started rumbling. He couldn't resist the smell. "Oh, yes, I would love some cheese," he said. "Very well. Here's the deal," said Felix. "You give me that crown, and I'll give you this cheese." Rico didn't think twice. He dropped the crown and swooped down to grab the cheese. But Felix was too quick for him. He grabbed the crown and ran back to Leo. The lion was overjoyed. He put his crown back on his head and hugged Felix. "Thank you, my little friend. You have saved the day." From that day on, Leo made Felix the royal advisor of the forest. And all the animals, especially the cubs, loved the small fox who had outsmarted the thief. As for Rico, he had learned his lesson the hard way. Being greedy had made him lose the game. So he started behaving and trying to be a good little crow. The end. Moral of the story: brains are stronger than muscles.